Hi, it's time to answer questions. I only got about 13 and 6 of them are from the same person, but it counts. xLoraxxLeex asks, most of these are DeviantArt members, one's from YouTube, and a couple are from Facebook. If you were to die tomorrow, do you feel like you have fulfilled something in this world? Yeah, I do believe I have. I've helped the self-esteem of a lot of full-figured women all over the world with my artwork and my websites, and this is just from testimony from them. I'm not trying to boost myself like that. I actually get emails from women saying that they've actually seen themselves as beautiful and have stopped hating themselves and have been opened up and allowed their relationships with their own boyfriends or future boyfriends or whatever to be even richer because they're not afraid anymore of being seen as ugly. And that is exactly what I'm trying to do, and that makes me feel so good. I'm trying to make all the parts that the girls don't like about themselves parts that they do like. MandyxLeigh, do you think you will ever get married or have kids? Marriage was never really a priority for me. If I was with a girl that I truly had a good, deep connection with and I wanted to spend the rest of my life with, and she wanted to get married, sure. As long as it's a small ceremony out in nature somewhere involving no church or religion in any way, unless it was a pagan religion, because that would be kind of fun. Especially a naked wedding, that would be kind of fun. Um, Kids, I do hope I have at least one kid to impart some knowledge on, have them equipped to deal with this bullshit that's going to be flung at them all their lives. Make sure they know what the truth is, and make sure to question when people tell them things. Although that kind of would undermine my authority, but it's better to rule with reason than authority. But again, kids at a certain age won't understand reason, so I'll deal with it when it comes. lovelizzie asks, do you believe in this end of the world business that always invariably comes up? No. It's always stupid people trying to weasel money out of stupider people. Poem Poorly Written asks, which Pokemon is your favorite? Well, I grew up in the generation that made fun of the kids who liked Pokemon, so it's not really something I'm a fan of. But this may date me. My favorite ones would have to be Squirtle, because he's a turtle. I like turtles. Onyx, because he's a giant rock dragon. That's pretty cool. And Wheezing, because he's absolutely disturbing. He's got a cancerous growth out of the side of his head, which is another head. And he sounds yeah, he sounds creepy. Beyond looking creepy. Dark Angel 81A asks, how would you survive a zombie apocalypse? I probably wouldn't. Or I'd survive by becoming a zombie. I don't really care. It's not a possibility in this universe in the first place. And zombies are kind of the most boring, generic kind of enemy to just throw into a movie to make, I guess, fanboys interested, fanboys and fangirls. They're always the least interesting type of enemy to me, so I don't really give them much of a thought. B88104044 from YouTube asks, no offense really, but how many people have told you that you look like Jesus? As an atheist, it's actually kind of funny. um, I have been told that a few times, actually, quite a few times, and it's one of the main attraction points for one of my ex-girlfriends. She was obsessed and she had a crush on Jesus as she was growing up, and it worked. Although I have blonde hair, Jesus would have had black or really dark brown hair as being a Jew back in those ages, so I don't really look like any Jesus other than the fake ones that Americans have painted. Or white people have painted. Melissa, a friend I've had for ages on the internet since In the Wire or even Free Open Diary, like back in the early 2000s. Used to go by the name of Girl Named Bob or Cheese Bob. Great person. Lives in Hungary, my parents' home country. Her name is Melissa. She's the one that asked the 6 questions. How do you think your life personality would be different if you were born a girl? Probably a lot more complicated. There are a lot more restraints put on girls, social restraints. In a way, it's like 1984 for women these days. They can't do anything without being scrutinized for every single little thing, and that's a bit creepy. You have to worry about rapists. You have to worry about whether you're fat or not, or whether you're following the trends or whatever. And if you can break out of that, then good. But it's really difficult, especially with everything bombarding you to make sure that you are a certain way or you are unaccepted. and that's just wrong, and it's part of the reason why I do what I do with my artwork. 2, what is your opinion on girly magazines like Cosmopolitan and Maxim? Isn't Maxim a guy's magazine? But anyway, I've had girlfriends that have had Cosmo. The quizzes are kind of interesting. I don't really pay attention. I don't read them. Other than, I guess this question is more focused again on my size positive theme that I seem to be going with. They do need to promote more models in ads and articles or whatever of different sizes, of varying sizes and shapes and beauty types, colors and all that type of thing. Everybody is different. There's no such thing as one form of beauty, and they should not be displaying only one form of beauty. That's just stupid. And it causes, again, a lot of the problems that girls have to grow up with. Do you have regrets in life so far? If so, what is a big one? I guess mainly just being too shy to do anything, to approach people, to make friends on my own. I also kind of regret that I never knew any of the girls that I know now that tell me that they've been super horny back when they were in high school and were fucking all the time, and especially big girls. They seem to be the horniest. And I'm like wondering, where was I during all this? That's sort of a base thing to regret, but you know, I'm a guy, I kind of regret that kind of thing. It's like I guess a midlife crisis-y type thing, even though I'm only 31. What is an aspect of your personality that you love and one that you think is not so great? One that I love, I guess, I like that I'm open-minded. I like that I like creative things. I like colors, and I enjoy that. And I like that I like my atheism. I like being strong and knowing that reality is reality and not trying to force a fantasy onto it. I like that I'm kind and gentle and am able to make most people comfortable, or most animals comfortable around me. I hope I make people comfortable once they know me. For some reason they seem to avoid me if they don't know me. I don't know, maybe it's just because I look weird. One that I hate, again, is that super shyness that I can't seem to get over. I need someone with me in order to approach most people or most things that I want to do. I can't get myself to do it on my own. I don't know, it's not something that seems to be able to change. What are 3 places you'd like to travel to before you die? Never been a need to travel type person, but if I was, I'd like to visit Japan during the Hanami, the flower viewing festival, when all the cherry blossoms are out in full bloom. I would love to have make love under a raining forest of cherry blossom petals one time. That's one of my fantasies. To see Angkor Wat, it's either in Indonesia or Tibet, unless that's the same thing, unless that's a city in Indonesia. I don't really know anything about that area. But Angkor Wat is like one of the most fascinating temple cities that I've read about or seen pictures of, and it was also featured in one of my favorite video games on the Super Nintendo, Illusion of Gaia. And this just looks and sounds super interesting, especially all the carvings that are intricately done on pretty much every single surface of the walls. It's definitely something I'd like to see in person. And I guess Hungary would be interesting to see, the home of my family and my family's lineage anyway. Would be kind of interesting to see all the old buildings and the history and all that. Or just generally Europe, just to see all the old stuff there. What would you do if one day you discovered you could suddenly talk to cats? I would talk to them, I guess. I already talked to my cat. But, I don't know. I'd just talk to them and say, hey, I'm good at scratching. You want some scratches? And my friend Adam asks, how do magnets work? I am not educated on that as well. I don't remember the process that they said. It has something to do with electrons pulling and pushing and pulling and having a natural effect or whatever. I don't know. I'm just not versed in that information, so I apologize. I cannot answer this question properly. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed that or got something from it. Feel free to ask more questions. I'm willing to make another video.